Now, fans that either sold their tickets or whatever, all of a sudden an emphasis is starting to get thrown onto the tickets where people believe she will be playing. And that's starting to make the ticket prices go up, and up.
The Federal Reserve might have to intervene because ticket prices are skyrocketing. It's as if she's draining three-pointers on the moon. Viewership is breaking records, and fans are even auctioning off kidneys for courtside seats. What kind of sorcery is this? Is she LeBron, Steph, and Taylor Swift all fused into one? All this chaos has been sparked by Caitlin Clark's comeback from injury.
Ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't gonna be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all.
Caitlin Clark isn't just dribbling basketballs. She's dribbling bank accounts, media narratives, egos, and even the entire WNBA. The league is getting dunked on without even realizing it. Let's be honest. There's a clear before Caitlin Clark and after Caitlin Clark. Before her, ticket prices were sitting down quietly. After her, they're slam dunking through your wallet and straight into the luxury tax bracket.
Don't hate the player, hate the game she got, because she's really talented, especially for being Palangi, She's like the Stephen Curry of WNBA with the threes and stuff. Like, proven fact is, like, they had a game on June 7th scheduled, it was going to be Angel Reese's team, which plays for Chicago. And then for Caitlin Clark's team, they were supposed to go up there playing Chicago on June 7th. First, the ticket sales were at $76 a ticket. Then after they found out Caitlin Clark's not playing that game, she got injured, sales dropped to $25.
But what's really cooking here is the meltdown energy coming from some WNBA veterans who apparently didn't get the memo. Bigger audience means more money, so just chill. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just about her dropping 30 points. Oh no, it's bigger than that. It's everywhere, like oxygen in the arena. Even when she's not playing, numbers spike. Merch sales soar, TV ratings climb, and security guards are getting nervous because the crowd acts like she's Taylor Swift showing up at an NFL game.
Ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't gonna be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all costs. You can argue all you want if she's the best player in the league, but you absolutely cannot argue if she's the most important, because she is. She is more valuable than all the other players combined, and that is just a...
And here's the kicker. Some WNBA players seem like they'd rather defend a fast break barefoot than admit what's happening. You'd think the league would roll out the red carpet for someone who's basically dragging the entire organization into the national spotlight like a point guard on a mission from ESPN. But no, some players are acting like Caitlin showed up and stole their lunch money and their endorsement deals.
Suffering a major injury is Caitlin Clark is going to be out for 2 weeks with a quad injury. And the reason we're bringing this up specifically is the Clarkonomics effect to this. Obviously, players miss time all the time, but the Sky and the Fever were supposed to play in Chicago in about a week on June 7th. The opening ticket price was $86 because you have the Angel Reese vs. Caitlin Clark showdown that is now box office. Yeah, those tickets are now down to $25. Down to $25 after the injury announcement. And it's supposed to take place in the Bulls Arena, the United Center, as opposed to the normal Wintrust Arena. That's about a 12,000 seat difference, give or take.
And the weirdest part? Even on her off nights, the effect still explodes. She doesn't suit up and the arena is still packed. It's like people show up just to see if she might appear. Who else gets that? Certainly not the players posting passive-aggressive Instagram stories about respecting the vets. Yeah, we respect you. But we also respect the 2.5 million viewers tuning in to watch Caitlin get triple-teamed at half court.
system. That shouldn't change. I think, Caitlin knows that she has the ears and eyes of the locker room and the support that she has behind, whether it's us or anybody else. I would like to think that she knows it's there and to really take her time and make sure that she's, well enough to be who she needs to be for us, because I want the 100% Caitlin. So I'll take.
And the weirdest part? Even on her off nights, the effect still explodes. She doesn't suit up and the arena is still packed. It's like people show up just to see if she might appear. Who else gets that? Certainly not the players posting passive-aggressive Instagram stories about respecting the vets. Yeah, we respect you, but we also respect the 2.5 million viewers tuning in to watch Caitlin get triple-teamed at half-court. Some players can't seem to grasp that Clark isn't. Their competition, she's their elevator. But instead of catching the ride, a few are busy trying to cut the cables. On the surface, it's all welcome to the league, but underneath there's a lot of side eyes, body checks, and quotes about rookies needing to earn it. Sure, January, because apparently earning it doesn't include being the single reason. Your next game is on national TV for the first time in 12 years. The veteran envy is louder than a buzzer beater in overtime. The irony? Caitlin's game doesn't even revolve around diva antics. She's not demanding special treatment, she's just out here launching logo threes like her shot chart is GPS-powered. Meanwhile, some players seem more focused on being league gatekeepers than game changers.
And after all, Dan, she's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks, it appears.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about Caitlin Clark? Remember last year, she played in the Final Four. Right after that, she went immediately to the WNBA. Draft came, season started, and, didn't miss a beat. And all of a sudden, she got a little rest and comes back, gets a little banged up. I heard you talking about it earlier, and it's going to be fascinating to me, Ricky. I've been to Fever games, and the one thing you notice, and this is more so than even when Peyton Manning was the quarterback of
The cognitive dissonance is wild. Yes, we get it. There are stars in the WNBA, always have been. Diana Taurasi could probably elbow a brick wall and the wall would apologize. But Clark has something that transcends basketball, cultural velocity. The same way Serena did, the same way Tiger did. It's that weird lightning in a Gatorade bottle that can't be taught, coached, or copy-pasted. No one's saying she's perfect. Clark gets blocked, stripped, makes turnovers, but even her mistakes trend. When she takes a charge, Twitter explodes. When she gets hip-checked, it's a whole debate on sports radio. When she scratches her nose, 5 blogs ask if she's injured. That's power not because she demanded it, but because she earned it. She didn't just arrive, she ignited. If the league were smart, it would be bottling that energy instead of trying to neutralize it with salty pressers and forced elbows. But instead, some players are trying to humble her like it's a rite of passage. Girl, this isn't a sorority, it's a business, and right now, Caitlin is the best sales pitch the league's had since its inception.
Caitlin Clark.
Amazing.
Yes.
A beast. She is the truth. She's the truth, and she was a rookie. Knock down the three-pointer, get to the rim. She can get to the free throw line. She's crafty.
Yeah, very crafty.
Crafty, so sometimes she look like she's coming off for a three-point shot and she backdoors you for a layup. She gets her teammates involved. She can pass, she can shoot. Man, she is
And that's the real drama. Even fans outside the WNBA sphere are starting to notice the difference in how she's treated. Is this really how we treat the player drawing millions of eyeballs to the sport? Apparently, yes, if you're still emotionally recovering from being left off the Nike deal shortlist. The sad part? This should be the easiest alley-oop in league history. Take the new attention, use it to spotlight all the players, sell more jerseys, secure bigger TV contracts, and move the game forward. Instead, we've got half the league acting like Clark's success is some kind of invasion instead of a revolution. Every time she steps on the court, or doesn't, the league becomes a bigger story. But some players are more concerned with gatekeeping than legacy building, which is tragic, because this moment could be a golden era if egos weren't trying to play full-court press on progress. So yeah, Caitlin Clark may be a rookie, but she already has the ball, the spotlight, the media coverage, and about $50 million worth of market influence circling her like a pick and roll. Whether she's swishing logo threes or just sitting on the bench, sipping Gatorade, the Caitlin Clark effect is in full force, and the league can either run with it or get left behind in transition.
was this season versus the seasons past.
Our jersey sales were up 1,193%. The Caitlin Clark effect is real, and we're thrilled about it. But it brought visibility to the whole team of the Fever and to the WNBA. But if we just want to keep it in Indiana, we look at ticket sales sold out every night, over 17,000 fans in our games at home. When Caitlin announced that she was coming out into the draft on a Thursday afternoon, from that time to Sunday night, we had over 6,000 phone calls, people wanting to buy season tickets. But even something as simple as our terrific mascot, Freddie Fever, his appearance requests went up 150% this season. So you talk about the Fever, the team, which is what we've been working on.
Because let's be clear, when the crowd screams louder for the warm-ups than for tip-off, you're not just watching a game, you're witnessing a shift. Caitlin Clark didn't break the WNBA. She just reminded everyone how much bigger it could be. And apparently, that's a tough pill to swallow when you thought the only person with that kind of pull was your agent. Just when you thought things couldn't get more cartoonishly delusional, enter Cathy Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner, suddenly strutting around like she personally slam-dunked the league into mainstream relevance. She's out here giving PowerPoint presentations titled, "How I Saved the WNBA," acting like Caitlin Clark is just some intern handling Gatorade logistics on the sideline. Cathy Engelbert didn't drop 40 points on South Carolina in the Final Four. She didn't set college viewership records, trigger a national merch explosion, or make men who'd never watched women's sports suddenly know what a dribble handoff is. But now she's parading around like a marketing genius who manifested all this with a press release and a vision board. Ma'am, the Caitlin Clark effect is not a team-building exercise, it's a cultural quake. And you're just lucky to be holding on to the rim while it's shaking.
Shame on you! Cathy Engelbert pens this beautiful article written by Cathy, about Cathy, for Cathy, explaining why she is solely responsible for the boom of the WNBA. Folks, I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. The commissioner of the WNBA on transferring the league ahead of a breakout season. And what was that plan that Cathy Engelbert put in place? Working in partnership with my new WNBA team members, NBA colleagues, and WNBA owners, we developed a strategy with 3 pillars. The league would think player first.
If you really want to test the theory, just take Caitlin Clark out of the equation. Poof, gone. Suddenly, that roaring crowd looks more like a high school reunion at a silent disco. ESPN coverage? Back to being buried under cornhole championships and 2012 bowling reruns. Ratings? Let's just say they'd be doing the limbo under basement levels. But Cathy? Cathy's on a tour, treating every mic like a chance to drop buzzwords like strategic growth initiatives, like she's Steve Jobs unveiling the WNBA iPhone. Sure, Cathy, because the nation definitely showed up out of nowhere to watch Indiana Fever games thanks to your Q2 marketing projections. Nothing screams mainstream appeal like suddenly wanting to watch teams that 2 seasons ago couldn't fill the second row at a bake sale. She's treating Caitlin like a background dancer in the Beyoncé tour of Cathy Saves the WNBA. Meanwhile, we all know the whole production would still be rehearsing in a YMCA gym if Clark hadn't walked in with her gravity-defying pull and turned the whole operation into a national obsession. But instead of rolling out a statue, Cathy's rolling out speeches about how we've worked really hard behind the scenes for this growth. Behind the scenes? Please. The only thing behind the scenes is the reality check waiting to tackle you if Caitlin takes a week off.
You guys heard me correctly. None other than Cathy Engelbert is singing a different tune this season about Caitlin Clark. Now, we know last year she was talking about all of the other rookies being included in this, making a difference, being able to help contribute to the big bang of the WNBA. This time around, she's owing it all to Caitlin Clark. Me personally, I told y'all this at the beginning of the month. The chickens was coming home to roost for the WNBA, because I'm telling you right now, there has been a lot of spooky things going on and people is tired.
Let's be real, if Clark decided tomorrow that she was done, the league would backslide faster than a player on a buttered floor. The truth is, one player dragged this whole organization into prime time, and now Cathy's trying to rebrand it as a group project. This isn't Cathy's master plan. It's Caitlin's highlight reel, and the league is just lucky enough to be tagging along for the ride, pretending it's called Shotgun. At this point, if the WNBA had even a shred of sense, they'd be bubble wrapping. Caitlin Clark between games and hiring Secret Service to guard her like she's carrying the nuclear codes? Forget load management. This is legacy management. She's not just a rookie. She's the main event, the halftime show, and the entire ad campaign rolled into one. And yet, every game, she's getting clobbered like she walked into a clearance sale with a full cart. She's drawing more fouls than a chicken nugget in a vegan cafe, and the refs are just standing there like, play on, what are we playing, Mad Max?
In her naivete or in her delusion, she takes credit for it. Instead of saying it's because of Caitlin Clark, instead of saying it's because of the person from Iowa, instead of saying it was because of her, Kathy says, oh, it's all me. My strategy, my plan, my 3 pillars. In this entire article, Kathy Engelbert mentions Caitlin Clark's name 2, maybe 3 times. Angel Reese's name once. Cameron Briggs' name once. Let's get right into it because this article, from start to finish, is
Protect the investment. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's playing economic resurrection. She's the reason you suddenly need to buy tickets on resale apps that look like they're scalping Beyoncé. She's the reason media. Outlets are treating the WNBA like a real sports league, not just a niche passion project stuck between horse racing and cornhole. You'd think the league would be on DEFCON 1, making sure their golden ticket isn't limping into press conferences, with ice packs stapled to her soul. But instead, it's like they're testing how much physical abuse she can absorb before she turns into a walking insurance claim. This is your LeBron moment, your Serena moment, your Steph Curry moment. And instead of building the Caitlin Clark cinematic universe, they're letting her get tackled like she wandered into an NFL scrimmage.
Well, I think this pretty much closes the book on its Me Too. They're tuning in for Me Too. Oh, the WNBA's not going to like that. Oh, those Angel Reese trolls online that are trying to come for me and other YouTube channels, y'all aren't going to like this. Good. Too bad. I mean, it's more statistical proof, data, to confirm exactly what we've been saying, that Caitlin Clark is driving this whole ship, this whole bus. She's driving it, everybody else.
Meanwhile, the very players who should be thanking her for their suddenly flushed paychecks are throwing elbows like it's 1992, Detroit Pistons cosplay night. She doesn't need a reality check, she needs a security detail and a highlight montage, aired before every game with a do not touch label slapped across the screen. Because, let's face it, without her, this season would have the excitement level of a lukewarm decaf latte. So give her the props. Shower her with them. Name an award after her. Give her her own rulebook. Build a hologram statue mid-season. Whatever it takes. Because Caitlin Clark didn't just show up, she showed out. And it's time the WNBA treated her like what she is.